thank you very much for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So you've been with GRESB for about 7 years, which is the same time that I've been working in GRESB and the same time that EVORA has been working in it. It's pretty obvious that the assessment has motivated the industry and really driven a lot of companies to take action on ESG issues, which is a very positive thing. What is it that you'd like to see happen in the industry over the next 7 years?
So over the next 7 years, I hope, and I do strongly believe, we'll have to defend it less. And when I say defend it, I don't necessarily mean the assessment or the framework, but the topic itself. Very often I'm asked, so do investors really care, or is it just a tick the box exercise? I think investors do really care, and I hope that over the next 7 years I'll have to answer this question less often, just because it's going to be very clear what the drivers are.
You mentioned about talking about the detailed sort of benchmark of the survey. Is that an area that you think is going to become more prevalent with the assessment, that you're getting more into the asset level initiatives?
The shift is definitely towards performance, and that comes from a clear preference and a clear requirement from the investor community to tell them, okay, how do these portfolios actually perform? How is this performance explained? Is it driven by a few stellar assets, or is it an across-the-board situation within the portfolio? So we're shifting from a pure reporting exercise that is very much focused around identifying material issues to evaluating performance and the outcome.
You talk to the industry a lot. What are they saying is going to be the next big thing?
In our traditional style, we surveyed all the institutional investors that use GRESB data and asked them, what do you think the most important issues will be for you in the next 10 years? And by a clear majority, climate change came in as number one, resilience, net zero targets, compliance with TCFDs, with the TCFD recommendations, but also linked to that, energy efficiency, carbon emissions, water management and waste management, and as a third layer, being more focused on the social elements is compliance with the SDGs.
So you mentioned a lot of new initiatives there around climate change, TCFD, resilience, which is, in my opinion, good to see these topics emerging and becoming, raising up the board agenda. Do you see GRESB's position as one that is leading the industry into the next stage of ESG, wherever it goes, or are you there just to merely kind of capture what's already being done?
So we're sort of a connector in between the top performing organizations that find value in the GRESB reporting exercise. We pick up on the things that they've already tested and they've already established as being as having a positive impact on their organization, and distill that into indicators and questions and metrics that the entire industry can take on.
Clearly, a lot going on at GRESB and the industry in general. What do you think is the most exciting thing that you've got coming up over the next year or two?
In our 2018 year-end letter to the market, we announced that there are a few transition elements that we propose with our assessments. First of all, we'll be introducing a new way of reporting that's focused on two components, two dimensions. One is the management component and one is the performance component. That will be introduced in 2020. This will help us create more flexibility in the whole reporting process, but also in the way that we provide feedback back to the participants.
And on that feedback, as the participation in GRESB increases to over 900 entities last year, potentially 1,000 sort of this year, with that you also have some detractors because one size doesn't fit all. Do you see any need to start creating more sector or fund style sort of benchmarks?
So since GRESB started, and this year we're actually celebrating 10 years since GRESB was founded, we've noticed that, and we've clearly identified that one of the success factors is the fact that it managed to simplify a very complex problem. However, there needs to be, and there's value in comparability and consistency. And never say never, obviously. But for now, we do see the value in maintaining this this comparability.
What are you going to do on the 1st of July when it's all over?
Oh, it's not over on the 1st of July. On the 1st of July, the entire team is basically in the office, very excited, looking to see and help the last companies and the ones that are in the final stretches. And we're typically in the middle of a very long validation process and analysis process, and looking to find those very interesting and specific questions that we want to answer with our data.
Roxana, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us.
Thanks for having me.